Happy day, students. As you demanded that I should be taking the class on electronics, particularly transistor, so I have arranged this class. Let's try and understand what is basically the transistor. Okay, now transistor, basically there are three elements in that. What are three elements? Emitter, base and collector. Emitter, base and collector. Okay, this is emitter, this is base and this is collector. Emitter is what? Very highly doped. Very highly doped. That means very high number of majority charge carriers, right? Very high numbers of majority charge carriers in this one. Very high number of majority charge carriers. Majority charge carriers. Okay, base, very thin. Okay, very little doped or slightly doped. Base is slightly doped. And last one, collector, moderately doped. That means in between. This is moderately doped. Doping means extrinsic semiconductor we are mixing in that one. Okay, fine. This is called emitter. Emitter means is which emits majority charge carriers. Which emits majority charge carriers. Okay, collector. That means which collect majority charge carriers. Okay, collector which collects the charges coming from emitter. Collects charges coming from emitter. And surprisingly, emitter and collector always are same type of semiconductors. Like we will be having either NPN or we will have PNP. Okay, so whatever is majority charge carriers for emitter, same is majority charge carriers for collector also. Okay, fine. So this is the basic information as far as emitter, base and collector is concerned. Now, if you look at the basics of this, let's see how they operate. So you can see in this one, if suppose we say PNP or NPN, whatever connections we are seeing two junctions in this. This is one junction that is between emitter and base, and there is one junction between base and collector. Right or not? There are two junctions, and we have studied that whenever P and N junction or P and N type of diode are mixed, okay, what happens in them? There is a formation of depletion layer. Correct or not? What depletion layer? Let's see. If there is P type semiconductor and there is N type semiconductor, this is P and this is N. Okay, so in this one we know that here there will be holes. More holes are here. Okay, then electrons, and here we can say more electrons are here, and there are some holes also in that. So what happens? Because here is majority charge carrier is positive, so there is potential difference created, right? So because of that potential difference, what happens? This happens is this minority charge carriers actually starts moving. This positives come on this side over here. This positives comes here, and this negatives are coming over here. Right? So these minority charge carriers have migrated. Okay, there will be few more over here also, but they migrate. That's why they are depleted. That's why it's called depletion layer. They form here depletion layer. Okay, now they are all combined over here. They have taken the space. So this is the depletion layer, and you can see that here in this depletion layer, this is depletion. Okay, now there is an electric field inside the depletion layer like this. Okay, it's in this direction. So because of this direction, what happens? These majority charge carriers, these positive, they are not able to jump to that side. Okay, because positive charge always flow in the direction of electric field. So these positive charges cannot go in this side, and this negative charges always go opposite to electric field. So these negative charges also cannot move. Only these minority charge carriers, if possible, they can move. Okay, so what happens? Because of this reason, this majority charge carriers are not going that side. So because of that, we are not getting any current. Okay, drift current and diffusion current both became equal, right? So no current we are getting. So we are going to connect this in forward bias. Let's say if this is P and this is N, so this is forward bias. Now when you are connecting it with the battery, then what is happening? This battery, if its potential here is more than the potential of depletion layer or the barrier potential here, then what will happen? This battery is able to push these majority charge carriers to move to the other side. Okay, and because this potential is more than barrier potential, the thickness of this depletion layer also starts decreasing. Okay, so these majority charge carriers are easily able to jump to the other side, and we are going to get the current. Okay, you must be knowing that the characteristic. What is the characteristic? IB characteristic in forward bias. It goes in this way. This is called knee point voltage. Right, this is knee point voltage. After that, the value of current starts increasing. As you are increasing this battery potential, this current also starts increasing. This is forward bias characteristic. Okay, now let's discuss about the reverse bias characteristic. In reverse bias, what happens? In reverse bias also, will be, before connecting it with the battery in reverse bias, again we will have a depletion layer, right? So again I am making the depletion layer, and we will start from there. So this is PN junction, P and N, and here we have the depletion layer, which is made by minority charge carriers. Here is minus, and here is positive. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are connecting it with the reverse bias. Reverse bias means P with negative and N with positive. So because of this, what is going to happen? There is barrier potential. Now this electric field is in the same direction as that of the electric field of the depletion layer. So because of that, what happens? This width of depletion layer starts increasing. It becomes more and more. Why? Because if electric field is in this direction, because of that, and this also is in that direction, so because of that, more and more minority charge carriers will deposit over here. More and more will come. Okay, so this starts increasing, and because of this, what will happen? Majority charge carriers cannot flow from one point to the other point. But what about the minority charge carriers? Like there's a minus over here, negative. So this negative, we know that this negative can flow to this direction, because this negative always go opposite to electric field. Same way, if there is hole on this side, this hole can move to this side. So because of that reason, very small current we will be getting even in reverse bias. Okay, I am not talking about the breakdown, I am not talking about avalanche. Okay, before breakdown also we are getting some current in reverse bias. Okay, very small. How that current is, if you remember the characteristic of reverse bias, it was like this. And all of a sudden it will shoot. Okay, this current I am talking. This current. Okay, this current is because of minority charge carriers in reverse bias. So minority charge carriers are still able to jump with the help of the electric field of the depletion layer. Okay. So these 2 points, in forward bias and this reverse bias, we have to remember if you want to understand the transistor. Okay. So let's see then. In transistor, we have 2 junctions, 2 PN junctions. One is here, one is here. Okay. So we have to understand this now. Let's see. Okay. So in this one also, we have mainly 2 types of transistor that we study. One is common base and one is common emitter. Common collector is also possible, but the questions are not asked, or I should say in our syllabus mainly is common emitter. But we can talk a little bit about common base also. Okay, so let us see. This is here NPN transistor I have made, and I am going to make it as common base. And normally, before going into this functioning of common base or common emitter, I am just making that how is the normal symbol that we make for transistor. It's like this. This is base, this is collector, and this is emitter. Okay, direction of current is always between emitter and base. Remember that. If direction of current is like this towards base, that means it's PNP, because current's direction will always be from positive to negative, right? So it will be PNP. If suppose it's made like this, and again this is emitter, this is base, and this is collector, and if the direction is like this, then what it is? It is NPN. Okay, so remember that. This is how we show in the circuit. Either it will be show like this or they can show it like this. It depends, but you have to identify that which one is NPN, which one is PNP, and always remember the direction of current will be between emitter and base, not in collector. Okay, so it's easily identifiable. Let us see the working or operation of this transistor then. Now in transistor, emitter is always placed in forward bias. Okay, and collector is placed in reverse bias. Okay, now how many terminals are there? We say there are 3 terminals. Okay, why one is kept common always? Because normally the input should be coming from 2 circuits or 2 terminals, and output also should be coming from 2 terminals. Okay, input from 2 and output also from 2. So here, since there are 3 terminals, one we are making common. So that common serves both for input as well as output. Okay, let's see. So this is emitter, this is base, and this is collector. Now emitter we have to keep in forward bias. So this is N, or you take P. Okay, we are taking it as P and P. So if it's P, then we are going to connect it like this. Okay, if you want, you can connect one resistor also. Okay, so this I am calling as VBE. That means potential difference between base and emitter. Whatever you are making common, you can connect it with the earth. Okay, then this common thing is again connected with the collector, but collector is reverse bias. Okay, so this is positive, so this will be connected with the negative. Okay, this you can call as VCC, and here also we can have a resistor, and we can connect it like this. So this is a normal circuit of common base transistor. Common emitter is there. Common emitter we can make it over here. There is no problem in it. Okay. Now this is resistor. I would say this is Ri, and this is normally called as RL. But first of all, let's try and understand the function. Now this is a PN junction, right? And this is in forward bias. So definitely here also depletion layer will be there. Right? Here will be negative, here will be positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. That means electric field is in this direction. Correct. We have connected forward bias. Here are holes. Okay. So external electric field is like this. It is going to push them in this way. Okay. It's opposite to this electric field. So depletion layer value keeps decreasing, and these holes will jump to base. Okay, they will jump to base. Now base is what? N. So it will have what? Electrons. So electrons will be there. But base is very lightly doped. Very, very less number of electrons are there. But emitter is very highly doped. Very high number of holes will be coming towards the base, which is having very few number of electrons. So very few number of holes here will mix with these electrons. Remaining all will flood towards collector. But in collector, what is happening? This is again NP. So here also there will be a depletion layer. How will be the depletion layer in this one? Here negative and here positive. Okay, now this depletion layer over here is in this direction, and what is coming from here? Holes, positive. So positive charges along with this direction of electric field all will jump to the collector. If suppose I say from here 100 holes are going, then 2 holes will be here mixing with the base and 98 holes will be coming in this direction. Are you able to understand? Only 2 holes will be mixing with this one. So if collector holes are going in this direction, we are going to get the current in this direction, that we will call IC. Okay, and from here majority of holes are going in this direction, so our current here will be IE. Okay, and here there are 2 holes which went in this direction and mixed with this one. So what happens from the earth or from this negative end? Electrons will be flowing over here, because here there are no electrons now. So electrons will be going from this side to make this as base, which is having few number of electrons. So when electrons are moving like this, that means from here what comes? IB. So total current IE we can write as what? IB plus IC. IE equal to IB plus IC. Do you understand that? This is a common base. So in this one it is working like a conductor only. You see that from here if 100 holes are moving, here 98 holes we are collecting. Right? It's working like a conductor only. So now IE equal to IB plus IC we got. Okay. So in common base, normally it is asked from us that what is current amplification, which is represented as alpha. Okay. Current amplification factor alpha. What is it? In DC we call it as output by input. Output by input current. Output current by input current. Okay. Now any type of transistor there, output is always IC. Okay. So output current is IC only. Now what is input in this one? Input is emitter current, IE. Okay. Whatever is common through that one, we will never give the input. Are you getting? Input will be given from the other terminal. So what is the other terminal over here? Emitter. So here alpha value is IC by IE. You understand that? Alpha value is IC by. What this alpha is called? Current amplification. Understood that? That's alpha value. And this is how mainly the working of a common base transistor. Same way is for common emitter also we can do. Let's see. So if we do common emitter, this is emitter, this is base, and this is collector. Okay. And same PNP we are going. Emitter, base, collector. So emitter is connected with the base. Again is forward bias. Okay, resistance you can have. Connected like this, but this time your base is not common. What is common? Emitter. Okay, so here you can have it with the earthing, and then this will be connected with the collector, and collector is reverse bias. Okay, resistance we can add if you want. Okay, this we can say is VCC, and this here is VBE. What is happening in this case now? Again, the characteristics of each emitter, base and collector is same: highly doped, lightly doped, and moderately doped. Okay. Again, here is a PN junction, depletion layer. Okay. From here, the electric field is there, which will be opposite to the depletion layer. Correct? So, in this direction, we are going to get whatever are the holes inside this one, they will be able to jump in this side. And here this is reverse bias, so they will be jumping onto that side. So no doubt about that. We are going to get IC like this. Okay, IC coming like this here. Okay, IE will be here. and from here IB will be coming. Again, IE equal to IB plus IC. Okay, now as I told you in the previous case, whatever is common, from that common factor we don't give input. So input will be from where? Input will be here from IB. IB is the input and collector current is the output. So in this case, what is the amplification factor of the current? We say that is beta. What is beta again? Output by input only. Output current by input current. Okay, what is this? This is IC by IB. IC by IE value will be nearly equal to 1, less than 1 actually, but this is very large as compared to 1 because IB value will be very less. Okay, this will be 0.98 of IE, this will be 0.2 of IE. Okay, so this factor will be very large, maybe 50 times, maybe 40 times, maybe 45 times. Okay, so this is output by input. So in this common emitter, we get large output. That's why 95% of the questions which will be asked in competition will be from emitter, and this mainly is in our syllabus. Okay, but sometimes it is asked what is relation between beta and alpha also. So first of all, we'll see that relation. Okay, so let us see what relation is there between beta and alpha. So one is the main relation, whether it's beta or alpha or any type of transistor circuit is there. IE is equal to IB plus IC. Okay, now what we are going to do is, okay, we'll divide this with IE. Let's see what happens. So if you divide with IE, 1 equal to this is IB by IE, and this is IC by IE. Now IC by IE, I know it's already alpha, so this is alpha, I'll write. Now IB by IE what? Okay, so we know that this is IC by IB, beta is IC by IB, and this is IC by IE. So let's find the ratio of them. Okay, beta by alpha, let's say I'm finding. So it comes out to be IC by IB by IC by IE. So what will you get? IC by IB into IE by IC. This gets cancelled. It is IE by IB. What I want over here? IB by IE. So that means inverse. So it will become alpha by beta. 1. Right. So this is what we are getting the relation. Further, we can make it as 1 minus alpha equal to alpha by beta. So beta equal to alpha by 1 minus alpha. We need to remember this. There will be direct question based on this. Okay, that alpha value, that is amplification factor in common base circuit is this much. Okay, so what will be the value of amplification factor in common emitter circuit, or vice versa? That kind of questions can be asked. Okay. Then what are the other questions which are asked on transistor circuit, particularly on amplification, right? So first of all, I will tell you that the basic or the working of amplification is same as I explained you about the transistor. Okay, but only thing is, in that one, whatever the input we give, input is a varying voltage signal. Okay, something like this will be the input signal. Okay, this along with the battery output, I'll show you first. I'll make it. Okay, I am making a common emitter. This is emitter for us. Okay, here will be the input, and here is the battery. Right. So this is input. Then we are connecting this also, and we know that this is in reverse bias. I made it PNP. Okay. So one resistor we will make here. So this is input, okay. This is what we are giving as input. And this is VBB. Right. So what happens here? This input with the help of this is amplified and we are going to get it across this. This is RL. Okay. In common emitter, the phase of this and this changes by 180 degrees. Output voltage is 180 degree out of phase with input. That we have to remember. Okay. Now, what is the output current? IC. This is VCC. So, output voltage, V output is what? It is IC into RL. Remember that. IC into RL. Did you understand that? Okay. What is V input then? Now, if this is common emitter, then input has to be given through base. Okay. And through base, which current comes? IB. So, IB into input resistance, RI. Able to understand that? Beta we already know what is beta. IC by I. But in this one you are supplying AC. So in AC how the beta is written? Beta in AC's case will be delta IC by delta IB. Remember, change in collector current by change in base current. Okay. Then it is called voltage gain is also asked. Now what is voltage gain? Voltage gain means output voltage by input voltage. Output voltage by input voltage. Now what is output? Output means across this. And what is the current across this? ICRL. So that is ICRL by IB RI. Now IC by IB you already know, it's beta. Or if suppose for AC you are doing, it will become delta. Okay, so this is beta AC RL by RI. What is RI? RI is input current, remember that. RI is input current. Is that clear to you? Don't calculate all this over here to get the input voltage. Just see what is the current through this one into RI. That will give you the input voltage. Okay, same way is power gain. Now power gain will be what? I output, that means IC or delta IC square RL by input power. Input power is what? Delta IB square into RI. Okay, that means beta square into RL by RI. So this way we can make the formula, right? In the next class, I'll show you how to solve the problems. Okay? So this is the basics I have told you about this one. If you remember this one, you can solve all type of questions. We'll see in the next class how the questions are solved on transistor and transistor circuits. Okay? Bye for now.